All right, so we are on part 2 of this first listen slash full on album review to Girls' Generation's 7th special full on album called Forever One. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, I highly recommend you do so before watching part 2 here, and later on part 3 to just really get understanding of how I'm feeling, like in this kind of linear kind of order, going B-side by B-side and all. And as I'm progressing throughout this album, admittedly, they've shown a lot of range already after the first 3 B-sides I listened to. But now we are on to You Better Run, You Better Run. Oh, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, low-key, I might love this song a lot. If I recall correctly, a good amount of you guys commented on my Forever One video about this B-side. So without further ado, let's dive into You Better Run. Not familiar with who's working behind the scenes with the SNSD for this one, but I'll make sure to get familiar after this. But let's go. Oh. Whoa, what? This verse 1, what is going on here? Almost like tempo shifting that's going on here. But so far, it seems quite experimental, huh? Oh! That kind of synthesizer work, how they're using like the beat and the offbeat is so cool. But this is definitely not what I expected prior to this. Savage. So is this like Run Devil Run Part 2? Like, from what I'm hearing and seeing in terms of the lyrics. Whoa, what's going on here with this bridge? Tiffany! Okay, I literally can't tell if there's something going on in my room right now, or that's part of the song. That like click. Yeah, this totally feels like a part 2 to Run Devil Run, and I actually dig it, guys. From time to time, I do love experimental kind of releases, especially in title tracks. But I think this sticks. And it even shows SNSD kind of range. Like, I'll break it down when we get into the final thoughts and conclusions of what genres I've heard. But now we're on to a fully experimental side to SNSD. Now, what's interesting about this, and so fascinating to think about, is that SM doesn't often release these kind of experimental songs, and it's really risky to do so, because when it comes to experimental releases, it's either going to be hit or miss. It's going to be either hit or miss in the case of, wow, this is different. This is super different, and I don't mess with it for some listeners, or a lot of listeners, for about the majority. Or it's going to be the opposite case where it's like, ooh, this is really experimental, but I dig this and love this a lot, to the point where, okay, it's going to be used by others because that's the trend. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like by default, to be fair, whatever's good sounding, quote unquote, that's the trend, and people usually don't mess with the trend. They like things that are different per se and all, but that's a whole different rant and all for a different video and all. But how experimental You Better Run here, just from the get-go right away with Taeyeon, right at the start there of verse 1, of like the rapid fire cannon type of movement, I've got to say, how everything's shifting like that suddenly provides this very claustrophobic type of feeling, which, to be fair, I feel like not everyone's gonna mess with. But I feel like after hearing it the first time, I don't know about this. But then as the song progressed and progressed more, I'm like, okay, I'm digging this. But then there's some breathing room, especially during that bridge. I love how contrasting that bridge is compared to everything else. Except for there's other moments that I have to point out that provide more breathing room in the song. But yeah, this totally feels like part 2, a continuation off of Run Devil Run. But other than that, the vocal work, outstanding, and all, like, it goes to show you, hey, you know, the main vocalists, we know who they are, and they truly shine. But also, yet again, I loved Sunny in this song. I know I've been talking quite a bit about Sunny, but I like Sunny and Tiffany in this one, and I'll point out other moments that I loved in this truly. So let's get back and do it. Lot to process. There's definitely a bit of a slight like vocal effect behind the members here and there. Very digitalized. Or this kind of doubling going on. The sort of You Better Run and that rapid fire cannon approach, I love how cohesive that is with the You Better Run line, you know what I'm saying? I love the during this B-side as well. So I was not mistaken. There's like a click that is quite loud with it. What the? Is that like a click of like a Coke can or something like that? Like a pop can? Those electronic drums, this revving synthesizers, the epic, I would say not the epic, but more so of the loud drum kit usage here. Oh, the percussion was so well done in this. Just hearing it out more. The one thing that I love about this song too is later on when I talk about the bridge, as much as it provides that kind of breathing room that I love in the song, how it provides that climax that you need in a bridge in any song to finish things off. You feel me? Like, it might feel very experimental, but how everything breaks down, like, sure, but the transitions between the sections are very distinct, very powerful. Yeah, literally I thought this was my can, but just the clicks going on in the song. Very ethereal, like during this bridge, yeah. Bit of string work though. Yeah, there's that sort of daring kind of feeling too. A daredevil feel. Some claps. Love the ad-lib work too in this song. This is a song that's gonna take time to process, but like, I like it. I like the risk, the daredevil kind of take and route that they took with this. Like this is really risky type of it, but like, hey, it's a B-side, you know. And I appreciate SNSD going far beyond their range as much as doing experimental stuff as well. And it doesn't happen often in the SM world by any of the artists and idols I've got to say. And hearing it in this album, I appreciate it a lot, but let's get into the next B-side now. So this next B-side is called Closer. I'm not too familiar with everyone working behind the scenes for this particular track, but I'll make sure to get familiar after this, of course. But let's get into Closer now. Ooh. This light piano with these claps though, and this intro. The Tiffany, yeah. Ooh. So far, feeling like a synth pop track. Love the hi-hat work, just a bit there. Oh my goodness, I'm already in love with this song, guys. I just love the focal point to this song, which is the members themselves, truly. Yet, right now, my second gen heart is screaming right now. Is it just me or what? Okay, yeah, doing verse 2. Oh, that Ooh, yuri. Very pristine with it, and yet enchanting, I gotta say. Beautiful. Literally a masterpiece to my ears. Like, I love how they approach this song, you know? The way that they showcase their vocals in this is so beautifully done. Ooh, disco strings. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, some electronic drums. Those cinematic strings, though. Those like disco strings, yeah. Chimes, yeah. Ooh, a little bit of trumpets there. I love Yeon in this song. Yet, ooh, love Soyeon. But pretty much everyone, huh? Especially Hyeon. Very dreamlike too. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. Has a nice groove and rhythm to it. Literally heaven to my ears, guys. Literally heaven to my ears. Like, seriously. My second gen heart is screaming and like, oh, got me so reminiscent, you know, right from the get-go and all. But wow, where do I even begin with this? There's one part that I gotta point out for Tiffany that I loved a lot. Hyeon, really love, you know, her vocal work in this as well. And I think this just goes back to my main point earlier when I was first listening to the song. Is like, I love how this allows us to hone in all the members, you know, hear their parts and showcase their vocals just like that, and just their kind of range. You know, not range this time around in terms of messing with different genres, more so range is like, ooh, utilizing that lower register, you know, higher registers, or the case of like complimenting each other with their vocal work, you know what I'm saying? Like, how they bring it all like that together is just a beautiful thing to hear, truly, guys. Like, come on. And did I also mention Yuna and Sunny in this as well? I mean, yeah, pretty much everyone. So let's just dive back into this. So far, one of my favorite B-sides, one of my favorite top B-sides on this album, I've got to say. Hey man, if you know, you know. If you consumed a lot of second gen music back then in the K-pop scene, or like even these days, still to this day, you know how I'm feeling. That bass line work, though. That hi-hat, drum kit / snare work. So good, so yeah, oh my goodness. Very dreamlike, enchanting and magical, right? Like these keys that are being played, like it's tugging at all my heartstrings. Very sweet with it, yes. Honing in here now. Hold up, hold up. Right here. Yes, yeah. See what I'm talking about the tones, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't get like that lower range, like that full low range that we love and know from Hyeon. You know, it's more light with it. That vocal layering that you hear too with Hyeon, you know, and then Yuri takes it up a notch and being more light with it. With that transition. That keyboard work is outstanding too. Now, what is the part where that I adored a lot? Yes, Sunny, yeah. Even that brief moment with Sunny. And then, yeah, you know. I believe there's a rhythm guitar in this too, in this synth pop retro influence song. I think we're almost getting to my most favorite moments, I would say, in this song. It's coming up, I believe, yeah. Yeah, right here with the chimes. You hear more of that disco influence, those disco cinematic strings that you either hear in like OST teas for like movies and all, romantic movies and such, or you know, disco tracks and all. And right here with Tiffany, very enchanting. And then Sohyun. Everything's more toned down and muted. Sounds like we're outside of a club, a type of atmosphere. But if anything, in general, very atmospheric with it. The trickling. More so the chimes here, yeah. A little bit of trumpet, brass work too. Definitely that Starry Night kind of feel, you feel me? Electronic drums there. Got me so reminiscent, yet falling in love with the song, guys, by SNSD. Yeah, and even this outro. Man, I've been feeling the rhythm across all these songs, especially Closer, but let's get into the next B-side now. So this next B-side is called Mood Lamp, and I'm seeing To Yoon Kyung on the lyrics. We love to see her on the lyrics, an outstanding, phenomenal lyricist that I've covered time after time throughout my album reviews and also title track reviews on the channel here. If you guys are not familiar, she has been a part of Love Shot by XO, That's Okay by D.O, Check It Out by Weekly, and many other SM artists I've got to say, especially Taeyeon's song called Circus that I enjoy from time to time. But let's just get into Mood Lamp now. Ooh, okay. Loving the mood, loving the vibes so far. Okay, seems like they took the R&B route with this. Ooh, Yuna. Love that acoustic guitar work too. Yeah, this mood is everything, guys. Wow. Just how they bring it together here. It's beautiful. That guitar work too. This is just a performance too, if there hasn't been one. Quite the sci-fi sounds there. So rich with the vocal work. Sohyun, right? That is so memorable, that line there. Just everything. Kyuhyun and Yuri there, right? A Passion by Tiffany here. Little snaps here. Yes, Taeyeon. Love the keyboard work too. Ooh, so soulful with it. Oh, just how Sunny and Tiffany, right? How certain members work with each other during this is so good. Literally serenading us. Another one of my top favorites coming off of this album, right next to Closer, I've got to say. So far, I'm really feeling Lucky Like That. But also, wow, Closer and Mood Lamp come really close, guys. Like, seriously, like, this is a whole Mood Lamp. Like, we get the whole spectrum from Girls' Generation in this song. From the soulfulness, the passionate delivery, you know, the... what can I say? That, yeah, that burning passion, you know what I'm saying? But also how they bring it together, right? So beautifully, like that all at once. But then those moments where we get like certain members, like two of the members, I believe, together going on in those certain moments is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. And I can sense the longevity value for this R&B B-side. And that goes to show you, you know, I said it time and time again, I love my slow and tempo tracks. I love my ballads, my pop ballads. But I don't want to hear it in a typical kind of manner that I can really predict how the vocal work's going to play out, how the arrangement's going to play out. But in this case, I couldn't predict the vocal work at all. Just the serenading us, the harmonization, the certain vocal techniques they utilize in this, and the depth that they gave in this was very important in this case, you know, where the certain member adds upon each other. There's just so many vocal layerings and this kind of succession of which member comes after another is, oh my goodness, it sent me to the heavens and beyond, honestly, in the galaxy with Mood Lamp here. Like, this is a whole mood. Where do I even begin with this? Let's go from the beginning of the song, play it right away, and I'll break things down as we go. Just how this kicks off with the acoustic guitar. I'm like, okay, I'm already feeling this, right? Now, keep in mind, I haven't been like a huge lover of R&B in the K-pop scene these days. Different compared to K-R&B, the R&B solo artists and such that I know and love of, and such. But it goes to show you, like, majority of the R&B tracks coming from SM, like, pretty much majority, almost all, don't sound generic by any means. Like, there's something special always in these R&B tracks, whether it's coming from Red Velvet, whether it's coming from EXO, you feel me? Like, woo! Yeah. It's like very slow burning passion, I think is that's the best way to describe it, is what I'm feeling in this. I love how we get to hear on the left side some of the movements of the threads on the guitar too. Man, I just feel so calm and at ease with this song. Okay, I'm gonna let it play through into the special moment. This is the type of song where you raise your phone, you turn on your light. See what I'm saying? The feels so good with Tiffany, feels so good, and then later on here. Ooh, just so gently like that. And then later on here, what I loved is, okay, let me bring it back here. Yes, this moment with Soyeon, right? You can correct me if I'm wrong, right? Beautiful. One of my favorite moments by far. Top 3 favorite moments. And there's this sort of like sing-alongable factor to it too. This tugs all the right heartstrings. Love the hi-hats to the snare work. Right, Hyoyeon and Yuri, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Tiffany, yeah. Whether it's that glockenspiel or the works off the keyboard. How she just raise a mood. Oh my goodness. The ever so slightly, like, ooh. Bit of snapping going on. Yeah, here. Whether it's the runs. Or the ad-libs. This is a song that I tuck in my heart, like truly, that heart locket type of song. These strings, yeah. Whether it's these certain kind of synths that feel a little bit sentimental per se, but let's just get into, yes, part 3 already for this album review and first listen. So I'll see you guys in the next part, right?